Hello everyone and welcome to another Dice Commando deck tech video. In this video I am showing my Rex Han clone build. Let's go ahead and break down the team here real quick. So I'm running Rex Elite. Remember now that Rex is 10-13, he pillars well, throwing in Han here at 9 points. So that's 13, takes us to 21 on just the normal clone trooper. And then Han single die at 9 points. Now I want to talk about Salt Flats. The obvious choice here, I think, usually is Bendu when people are using Rex. The problem is, from a practical standpoint, you usually don't end up claiming, or you toss them the battlefield or something like that. And then what ends up happening is they just blow their first action rolling Bendus out, and then nobody gets any benefit out of it. And that's fine, you cause them to waste their action, but it's not as effective, I think, as just being able to guarantee the blank, right? Because if they have the battlefield and you roll in Rex and take it, then there's no dice in the pool for them to have used it, so you actually get a benefit. So I think what you want to do is try to use some sort of battlefield where, again, even if Rex isn't alive, he's our only leader, but even if he's not alive, we still get the power action. So that is why I chose Salt Flats. All right, let's run through the upgrade package real quick. So we are running 2 A300s. It's an amazing, amazing blaster with redeploy. DX2, again with yellow, it has the exact same sides as the A300. It does not have the redeploy, but it has the unblockable for whatever that's worth. We have 2 copies of the hand cannon. Hand cannon is kind of a interesting slot here. I went back and forth on this a lot with the 2-cost E11 that also has redeploy. I do have one more redeploy we haven't seen yet, so that's why I decided to just go with this. Again, using up the 2 slots is actually not a huge problem with the 3 wide, because you can end up throwing it on somebody else and then maybe overriding it. But it does obviously clog up some slots, because what we're trying to do is obviously do the Rex pistol thing. So there's the 2 Rex pistols. It's a no-brainer there. The other redeploy is I am running a Jins. Again, it's not as amazing not being on Jin, but it is a redeploy and it's a pretty good little gun. And, you know, worst comes to worst, you just mill. If you roll what you want, you just mill, right? It's not really furthering your win condition, but it can't hurt things. And then of course we're running troopers. Heck, people are usually running that in decks that aren't troopers. I'll go ahead and just add here the 2 supports that we're running, which is Conscript Squad. Even if they don't roll in with, when they roll in with Rex, they're amazing. Even if they don't, it's still okay. We are running the trooper package. All right, so that breaks down our upgrades and our supports. Go ahead and put Rexes on top since this is a Rex themed deck. So that's 13 right there. And then let's go ahead and go into our event package. So we have Hasty Exit. This one I think is pretty self-explanatory with Rex. You can guarantee you get the battlefield and then just remove a die after you do your thing. Focused Fire, one of my favorite cards. Pretty much a no-brainer with lots of guns on the deck. Easy pickings, because why would you not? Again, we're running troopers here, so measure for measure comes into play. There's nothing better than getting rid of a blank conscript die deck, or blank conscript die to get rid of one of their better dies. Superior Position, again, we have battlefield control. In earlier versions, I actually didn't run Superior Position. I went with Fresh Supplies instead, just for the extra resources. However, with Han on the table, I found I was making what I needed. So I swapped this in. We will see. I think you could play it either way, depending on your own personal play style, whether you do that or Fresh Supplies. We have 2 copies of Field Medic, followed by 2 copies of First Aid. So that's effective post removal there, of course, with the healing. I do have 1 copy of Flee the Scene. Again, this is a one of, because you are playing a wide deck and you're moving a little slower in theory. And then to round things out, I have 2 copies of Ewok Ambush. So a lot of people I've seen playing Instigate in this deck, which is of course a fine card, but you do have the 2 guys that, I mean, I think Rex is gonna be the first target. Like, I don't think there's any debate there. So I think in game, you're gonna have your single die or your non-elite characters, either Han or the Trooper, are gonna have a couple upgrades on them. So I think Ewok Ambush is actually quite effective. I realize the sexiness of instigating a Rex and Rex blastering the other 2 and coming in with ambush. I'm not like decrying that at all. But I think effectively for the end game, I think that you're going to have those one die guys left. So that's why I went ahead and ran Ewok Ambush. It just helps lower the cost curve a little bit. So, all right, that is the deck. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys have been having a chance to play this. I do know there's a chopper version floating around there, or floating around out there. I do like the Han version though, just because he brings the guns to the table. So, again, let me know what you're thinking. And if nothing else, go Commando.